Okay, we'll begin with the prayers. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padkamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतुषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So welcome everyone for today's class. So we are doing chapter 7. We are at the end. So we discussed about how this chapter describes first what is the way to understand Krishna fully, completely. Asamsayam samagram mam. Samagram means complete understanding of Krishna. That is through two ways. Maya sakta mana partha. First one is to become attached. Yogam yunjan mad ashraya. And then one has to surely, attachment comes through regulated practices. It does not comes immediately. So the yogam, yukta, yoga yukta, this has been used, this word yoga yukta, karma yukta, yoga yukta is used from beginning of Bhagavad Gita. You will find. If somebody is ayukta, he cannot be successful in yoga. He has to be yukta. Yukta means what? Like somebody is uh, doing, if somebody is getting money in job, it means he is going regularly to job. He's yukta. Regularly he's going. He's a yukta. He's doing the projects. He's attending meetings, and he's also going for site visit and different projects. He's very enthusiastic to taking initiative, learning new techniques or language, means whatever field according to the field. So it means he's a yukta. So in the similar way, yoga yukta. So yoga has a different levels. So one has to grow from one level to another level, one level to another level. So for that he has to be consistent in his practice. Yoga yukta. So yoga yunjan mad ashraya. Mad ashraya means by taking ashraya of Krishna or pure devotees in parampara. We discussed this thing. So in parampara, if somebody is endeavoring in bhakti process in parampara and he is asakt to Krishna, then he by confidence, by surety, he will know Krishna in full. This is what Ananya Bhakti or Kevala Bhakti definition, or you can say the process Krishna speaks in the first shloka. Later Krishna speaks about the knowledge of spiritual and material, or we can say the greatness and sweetness of the Lord. So bhumi rapo nalo vayu, kham mano buddhi revacha. Then aparayamitam annam prakriti viddhim me param jiva bhuta mahava. So jiva is a spiritual being. Then comes that yes, Krishna is a thread in all the creation. So he is saying about that. How Krishna is everywhere. So basically, Krishna has to prove Arjuna that I am everywhere. Nothing is separate from me, and I am that object also, and I am the source also. I am the source of everything, anything, and I am the object also, and I am the essence of the object also. The three things. I am the creator of the object, I am the object, and I am the essence of the object. Last time we mentioned one point. What is that? सब भगवान सब कुछ है, लेकिन सब कुछ भगवान नहीं है. भगवान सब कुछ है, लेकिन सब कुछ भगवान नहीं है. इसका क्या मतलब है? कौन बताएगा? व्हाट डू मीन बाय दैट? भगवान सब कुछ है, लेकिन सब कुछ भगवान नहीं है.
I think that means Krishna is in everybody, but not everybody is Krishna, like equally in quality, quantity. Qualitatively, we are one with Krishna, but quantitatively, we are Anu and he is Giri.
Okay.
Energies of Krishna.
Yes. Energy of Krishna. What do you mean?
Energies of Krishna.
Okay, energy of Krishna. Yes. So Krishna and Krishna energy are non-different. When Krishna is saying कि मैं सब कुछ हूँ, मतलब मैं अपने एनर्जी से अलग नहीं हूँ. जो भी कुछ आपको दिख रहा है ये मेरी एनर्जी है. सो आई एम माई एनर्जी. एंड व्हेन ही सेज सब कुछ मैं नहीं हूँ, लेकिन एनर्जी इज इक्वल टू मी. आई एम इक्वल टू एनर्जी, बट एनर्जी इज नॉट इक्वल टू मी. So this is called Achintya Bheda Bhed. This is only the philosophy.
Like Shakti and Shaktiman, na Prabhuji?
Correct. Shakti, Shaktiman. So wherever there is a unison or equality is told, that is called Abhed. Shakti, Shaktiman, Abhed. And where there is a difference is told, that is Bhed. Yes, both are different. So now this one has to understand very clearly. Otherwise, 1 minute. एक मिनट. Okay, Hare Krishna. Yes. So Bhed Abhed. So this is very, very important. One has to understand that Krishna and his energy both are equal and both are not equal also. This is important. And who are Mayavadis? Mayavadis, they say they don't understand the difference between Krishna and his energy. They don't understand. They think that they say Namo Narayan. We are the Narayan. So we become Narayan. Means there is no difference between we are energy, we are Tathashta Sakti. And Krishna is a supreme Sakti, is a supreme personality. So then he is expanding into different energies. Parasa Sakti Vivida Visruyate. So therefore they don't have understanding of Sakti and Saktiman difference. So they think that Sakti and Saktiman are one only. Because they take the Vedic verses where there are Abhed Vakya and then they say that see here it is written that we are equal to the Supreme. So but there it's energy is said that energy and energetic are one. In the sense that it is coming from Krishna, it's having the equal potential like Krishna. But again there are many gradations of energies like internal potency, external potency, marginal potency. So we are not in quantity equal, and even other energies are also, even though they may be equal with Krishna, but they are subordinate to Krishna. That is the reality. They are always adhin. So energies are always adhin. हाँ अभी आ गया.
दूसरी तरफ है अभी
अच्छा ये खराब हो गया.
दूसरी लैपटॉप में था
ठीक. Thank you. So it's like that. Then Krishna further speaks about the modes. Rajas, Tamas, Sattva, they are also coming from Krishna. And why people don't understand Krishna? Because they are under the modes. Daivi, Hesa Gunmai Maya Duratya. So unless they come out of the modes, they cannot understand Krishna. Trivir Gunmai Bhaver, Evi Sarvam Idam Jagat. Even after telling that I am the essence, I am the object, I am the creator, still people don't understand. Why? Because Trivir Gunmai Bhaver. Everybody is bewildered by the three modes. Three modes: Dvanda, attachment to Dvanda. So like one king was there. So he was very frustrated in managing his affairs. And then he went to the ministers and said that what is this? I am doing so much work, but there is no peace in my mind. Find out somebody in our citizenship who can help me getting the peace. If someone would help me, then I will reward him profusely. So then many people came, some dancers, some jokers, some doctors, some good musicians, some philosophers. So many people came to make him peaceful. So, but all the trial was executed, but he was not in peace. Then he again said to the ministers, I am not in peace, help me. Then again minister started searching for someone very apt person who can help king to become peaceful. Then they again could not find. After 1 month they found one saintly person coming to the court, and then they said, this is our situation of our king, please help him. So then this sage went around the kingdom, saw everything what was happened. So there was some problem in the kingdom and he was not able to manage anything. So then he said to the king that I want to take some promise from you, that without asking any question, whatever I say to you, just follow. The king said, yes, I will follow. Then he said, okay. So for now, what you do, you shift your house from your palace to minister's palace. Whatever minister's house is there, you shift yourself with your wife, children and all entourage. Shift there. Then he shifted. Then next month, the saintly person said, okay, what you do? Now you send back your wives wives and uh, children back. So why you send your wives back? They sent back to the palace. Then he said, next month you send your the prince also. Prince also you send back. Then next month he said, okay, you send back your ministers also. And then next month he said, you send back your chariot, your treasury, everything back. And then he said to the prince that now you go to the king and learn from him how to rule the kingdom. So then the prince was saying, I am very young, I am not mature enough, I am not so confident. How can I go and learn and execute this? So he said, don't worry, it's just a matter of time. Just learn whatever you can learn and then you start ruling. So then he went and learned from his father how to rule, and ministers were also given some responsibility. And so the kingdom was there. And the king, and then at last 6 month, or at the end of the fifth month, fourth month, when fifth month was starting, then this saintly person said to him, you send everything and you now even vacate this place also and come to my ashram, there we will do something. Then the king was totally confused. अरे मेरे साथ क्या हो रहा है? मेरे बच्चे, मेरी बीवी, मेरा ट्रेजरी, मेरे सैनिक, मेरे मंत्री, मेरे घोड़े, मेरे पैसे सब ले लिया इसने. Then he was put into the ashram. He took him to ashram, but he was not able to speak because he had given the promise. Then what happened? Then for 2 months he discussed the Bhagavad Dharma with king, and chanting, hearing, dancing, everything happened. After 2 months he was oblivious to the world, king. And then the saintly person said, now my dear king, you can ask question. What was your doubt? And then he said, what did you do to me? So then he said that it was a mystery. Oh no, it was not a mystery, it's a miracle. The saintly person said, no, it's not a miracle, it's a mystery. एक रहस्य है. So then the saintly person said that those who understand this mystery can be peaceful in this world while living and doing their duties. But those who understand it as a miracle, they will be believing in their hard work and their destiny, and they will never attain peace. Hare Krishna, mute karo.
आपण
And
मी
then,
हात टेकले असतो. आता मी काही प्रयत्न जाऊन घ्यायला गेलो होतो.
Hare Krishna. So, and then he said that, my dear king, now you can go back and rule the kingdom, but you will now take care that never become attached to anyone or anything. Try to do your duty in Krishna consciousness, and don't become egoistic, don't torture or exploit the resources of God, or don't exploit people, and rule in a noble way. You go back. So why this story has been told? So this story is telling everyone in this world is attached to the duality, and because of the attachment to the duality which we are discussing here, duality, we are attached to solving our problems of life. Oh, I want this thing to be in this way. Oh, I want this thing to be in this way. So our attachment causes us to identify with the duality very, very much. And then, so for the king, what is the duality? So his duality was to set right the kingdom nicely, set right the things very nicely. But we should understand this, all things are products of material nature. All things. Not a single thing is optional. Everything is product of material nature. And if one is not able to see the connection with Krishna and trying to solve the issues detached from it, if he is becoming attached and trying to solve, forgetting his real goal, then what happens? He becomes bewildered by them. This is very, very important. So by hard work and see, what are the miracles in life? Miracles in life is hard work and destiny. People believe in hard work, destiny. चमत्कार होगा कुछ तो. कल को मैं CEO बन जाऊंगा, कल को मैं कंपनी का डायरेक्टर बन जाऊंगा, कुछ तो चमत्कार करूंगा अपने हार्ड वर्क से, अपने डेस्टिनी को चमका के करूंगा. These are miracles. Miracles का मतलब क्या है? कुछ मेरा कोई भी जादू थोड़े समय के लिए टिकता है, ये मटेरियल वर्ल्ड थोड़े समय के लिए टिकने वाला है, जितना भी जादू करना है कर लो, तो मिरेकल्स। लेकिन मिस्ट्री क्या, व्हाट इज द मिस्ट्री? मिस्ट्री मीन्स इट्स फॉर, इस रहस्य, राजविद्यम राजगुह्यम, इट्स गोइंग टू कम, इस गुह्यम, इस रहस्य। हाउ टू अटेन पीस? आपूर्यमाणम अचलम प्रतिष्ठम समुद्रमापम प्रविशन्ति अद्वत, मीन्स द पीस, द हैप्पीनेस, it is not found in miracles of life, it is in mystery of life actually. This is like that. So what Krishna is mentioning here, कि unless somebody surrenders to me, this Maya will not leave him. कितना भी कोशिश करो नहीं छोड़ेगी वो। और जब तक कोई व्यक्ति माया से नहीं छूटेगा तब तक वो व्यक्ति भगवान को नहीं समझ सकता। तो सरेंडर करके ही भगवान को समझा जा सकता है। So that's why even though the Vedas are there, the saintly people are there, but unless the bhava of surrender is not there, the things will not be executed. So many times we may think that this is a very hot question. So many years of chanting, so many years of doing this thing, that thing, but ultimately Krishna says that you have to surrender without question, just surrender. And you have faith in me and I will take care of you. Krishna is not going to show the result immediately. So that is again the part of surrender. So then 4 types of Duskritinas and then Sukritinas we read, and then we also understood the demigod worship. So Duskritina, the meritorious who are using their merit for wrong purpose. Sukritina, who are using their merit for right purpose, or they are going to God whenever they are in misery. भगवान के पास जाना जब दुख भी हो, संकट भी हो, और जो कभी नहीं जाते भगवान के पास, बस अपने कर्मों पे भरोसा रखते हैं कि हम कर्म करेंगे। Basically they are not even karmi, they are bikarmi, because karmi are those people who go to demigod at least, and bhaktas are those who go to Krishna, and bikarmi are those who go nowhere. तो ये तो बिकर्मी लोग हैं। तो आज विकर्मियों की संख्या ज्यादा है। तो then so Krishna mentions all the 3 categories: those who never go to anyone, those who go to demigods, those who come to me, like that. And then he says that some are impersonalist. So impersonalist he said वो तो उनका दिमाग ही नहीं है, एटलीस्ट इसका तो थोड़ा कम दिमाग है। किसका? डेमिगॉड वर्शिपर का। इम्पर्सनलिस्ट का तो अबुद्ध है, बुद्धू है एक नंबर, क्योंकि इतने सारे शास्त्रों में बोलने के बाद भी वो तो ना डेमिगॉड का फॉर्म को मानता है, ना मेरे फॉर्म को मानता है, फॉर्म ही को नहीं मानता। तो देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ सरेंडरिंग, whom he will surrender. That is the problem. So therefore he is a delusion. So these are the delusion by the Maya. So Duskritina is delusion by Maya. Actually everyone is delusion by Maya, but the degree is decreased according to surrender to Krishna. If somebody surrenders, then the degree will be reduced, the delusion degree. Yes. And then who can be determined in bhakti? We discussed that yesham tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvanda moho nirmuktam. So one who has eradicated all his sinful reactions by taking to the process of devotional service, jananam punya karmanam इत्थम सताम ब्रह्म सुखानुभूत्या, इत्थम सताम ब्रह्म सुखानुभूत्या मायाशितानां नरदारकेन. So this sloka comes Krita Punna Punja. The Sukadeva Goswami says that these cowherd boys who are playing with Krishna, how much credits they have got, pious credits in their previous life, because playing with Krishna is not ordinary thing. So Ittham Sakham Brahma Sukhanubhutya. So some people understand absolute truth in the form of Brahma Sukh. This is for Jnani. And Dasyam Gatanam Paradaivatena, Dasyam Gatanam. And those who are devotees, they understand themselves as Das of the Lord. So then, and then Maya Shitanam Naradarakena, Maya Sitanam. Those who are surrendered to Maya, they think that this Krishna is like an ordinary boy, He is like us only, he is a human being. So there are three categories mentioned. This, by seeing this Krishna, somebody thinks he's a Brahma Sukha. I have to get Brahma Sukh from him. So Jnani person thinks Krishna like that. And Bhakta thinks Dasyam Gatanam. I am the servant of Krishna. I am Narayan Das. I am Krishna Das. And then this Maya, this Karmi or materialist people, what they think? They think that Maya Sitanam Naradarakena. He is a simple human being. Like we sleep, we eat, we do job. So like that he is also doing job as a Kshatriya, and he is also eating and sleeping. So Naradarakena, he is a Nara. Kita Punya Punja. So these cowherd boys, after so many people who have so many degrees of understandings are there, but these cowherd boys who are playing with Krishna, how much punya they must have done. So this is spoken by Sukadeva Goswami. So here it's mentioned, Yesham to antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam. So bhakti, or to become dridvrata in bhakti, practicing bhakti with confidence, it requires punya karmanam. And Prabhupada many times says that Krishna is also called punya shloka. Punya shloka, we have heard many times uttam shloka, punya shloka, means who is glorified by the choicest poetry from the Vedic literature. Punya shloka, best of the words are used for Krishna. Choicest poetry or choicest words. Punya shloka kirtaye. Kunti Maranyasu says punya shloka kirtaye. And also punya karmanam. So Prabhupada also says that by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, one can do so much punya than one that cannot be done by doing some charity or doing some sacrifice or bathing in river or doing some austerity. No, the highest punya in this material world in Kali Yuga is to chant and hear about the glories of the Lord. Very important. If somebody sits and hears, it is very, very highly purifying service. Highly purifying service. Because Kali Yuga में moments में हमारा दिमाग खराब होता है. थोड़े समय में हमारा दिमाग अच्छा हो, कोई बोल देगा तो दिमाग खराब हो जाएगा थोड़े समय में. Why? Too much negativity. Only who is positive is your own sadhana. Your own sadhana is there for your survival. Otherwise, everywhere there is negativity. Somebody doing wrong things, somebody doing neglecting something, somebody is irresponsible, somebody is this, somebody is that. Bahut. So like that actually. So one has to be conscious that my consciousness should be upright. Mokshakami bhakta. Then Krishna also says about the Jara Marana Mokshaya, 29 shloka. So they also achieve Brahman. And those who know me, now this is the 30th shloka and 30th shloka we are going to discuss now. 1 minute. कोई क्वेश्चन है किसी को?
Yes, Prabhuji, I had a question. It is mentioned that one who accumulates punya karma, he gets association of Krishna, and we refute about these basically fruitive work or punya karmas, basically what the charity work we do. So is it the same thing, or here punya karma means something different?
Punya karma is separate. This is not material punya karma, because it's mentioned that द्वंद्व मुक्त है. कितना भी पुण्य कर लो द्वंद्व से मुक्त नहीं हो पाएगा व्यक्ति. The difference between punya and bhakti is that who does punya. Punya means somebody who has desire for material profit. He only does punya. मटीरियल मिजरी से बाहर निकलना है तो ये मैंने गलत काम किया, अच्छे काम कर देता हूँ, या कुछ अच्छा कमाना है, अच्छा पाना है, धनम देहि पुत्रम देहि भार्या देहि. So when this materialistic desire are there, then people do punya. So punya is for material profit. Because it's a dharmic way, that's why it's called punya. But what is bhakti? Anya abhilashita sunyam. There is no material desire, no material profit to attain in result of our bhakti. मैंने भक्ति किया तो रिजल्ट मेरे को मटेरियल प्रॉफिट मिलना चाहिए, तो वो तो पुण्य हो गया. मतलब हमने पुण्य, भक्ति में पुण्य मिला दिया. पुण्य इज ओनली डन फॉर मटेरियल प्रॉफिट. इट इज नॉट डन फॉर सेल्वेशन. सेल्वेशन से, पुण्य से नहीं होगा. नो, ओनली थ्रू गिविंग अप ऑल द डिजायर्स फॉर मटेरियल प्रॉफिट one becomes eligible for liberation. And then above liberation there are so many other categories, like कौन सा liberation चाहिए तुमको, ये चाहिए वो चाहिए, ऐसा.
Because
So
if
this is-
someone does charity work without having any desire to achieve anything,
Correct.
so will he get devotion in some time or?
Yes. Yes. So charity work Krishna mentions in 18th chapter, if somebody does without any desire for return or some name, fame, glory, just out of duty he does. So Krishna says it's a charity in mode of goodness. So then this will uplift the person to the mode of goodness. And if he is giving that charity to Krishna or his devotees, then that becomes devotional service. Then that uplifts the person to transcendental plane, pure mode of goodness. That is Shuddha Sattva. तो जब कोई भक्ति करता है तो शुद्ध सत्व में जाता है. अगर कोई कर्म करेगा उसमें भक्ति नहीं है, भले उसमें कोई उसकी इच्छा भी ना हो, लेकिन कर्म ही है, वो कर्म तो है ही वो, क्योंकि वो कर्म कर रहा है. बट व्हेन इट इज ऑफर्ड टू कृष्णा और डिवोटीज ऑफ कृष्णा, कनेक्टेड विद कृष्णा, देन इट इज बिकम्स भक्ति. एंड भक्ति मीन्स इट विल बी फ्री फ्रॉम रिएक्शन ऑफ मटीरियल फ्रूट्स. नहीं रहेंगे उसमें. और मटीरियल फ्रूट रहेंगे भी तो, फायदे होंगे भी तो, वो भगवान दे रहे हैं. दैट इज नॉट अगेन कॉल्ड मटीरियल रिजल्ट, दैट इज कॉल्ड स्पिरिचुअल रिजल्ट एक्चुअली. Prabhupada mentions in one purport, some devotees are advancing in Krishna consciousness, then Krishna gives them many opulences like ability to preach, ability to make temples, ability to grow devotees. So Prabhupada mentions in one purport in 4th canto, somewhere he mentions. So he says these are not material opulences, these are given by Krishna. Like Dhruv Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj got opulences, yes. So he got so many opulences. Benediction from Lord Vishnu. Ultimately he got Dhruv Loka, but while living also he was like invincible. He was powerful king. And everybody respected him. So devotees, when they become more and more advanced in their Krishna consciousness, they become very powerful, even materially also. We can find Priyavrat Maharaj, he created the another sun, दूसरा सूरज बना दिया. इतना powerful. Who can make a human cannot make another sun. Why he could make? Because he was powerful in devotional service. So that's why we are learning here. Tivrena bhakti yogena. So punya means devotional punya here. Then only one can be free from dualities. Because Krishna mentioned na, देवी है सा गुणमय मम माया दुरत्या. माया तभी छोड़ेगी, ड्युअलिटी तभी निकलेगा जब मेरे को कोई सरेंडर करेगा. Surrender to Krishna means it's a bhakti. That bhakti can be mixed with some. You can say that it may not be pure bhakti, but even a slight tinge of bhakti can also help. Neha abhikarmana sosti. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, my question is that, as you said that now, because Priyavrat Maharaj was a great devotee, he could like build a sun, like a sort of planet, and also Dhruv Maharaj also. So, is there a relation between that? If someone is really a good devotee, he will get these material possessions or these siddhis also, or is it like, because we see that there are hardcore people in the material world who don't have tinge of devotion, but they still have like a lot of opulence because of their previous karmas, and they also have a lot of skill sets. But in case of devotees also, we have seen that they may be a very high class or like a very good devotee, but they may not be so materially wealthy. So when we like give examples of Priyavrat Maharaj and also, so how should we take it? Like for to get material opulence also, should we like increase our devotion, or you have to actually work on the ground and acquire those skills and um, like work accordingly as per the Varnashram and the society? Like,
First of all, the devotees, they have faith more in devotional service. And whatever they want to achieve, whatever material results, so they want to devote it in Krishna consciousness, first thing. So devotees' priority is devotional service, and along with that, now somebody can say, but प्रभु जी कितना भक्ति करना है, 2%, 4%, थोड़ा सा माला करना है, कितना करना है. Now again, see, according to our definition of bhakti, when we are called sincere bhakta, sincere bhakti, see, bhakti is through sincerity, yes, and karma is seen through success. Karma is seen through results, and bhakti is seen through sincerity. So if somebody is sincere in bhakti, then Krishna is happy. It means he will get a spiritual result. In karma, what happens? If somebody does karma, then unless he brings out the result, the karma does not fructify or it's not complete karma. Result आना चाहिए तभी कर्म का मतलब है. So one has to understand this. So therefore, he has to have bhakti, he has to practice bhakti, and he has to do his duty. Do the duty, not becoming too much attached to the material goals. Too much attachment is also not, because then that will disrupt his bhakti. He has to keep a moderation. Actually, moderation रखना है. देखो, अगर किसी को ज़्यादा ही, जैसे ध्रुव महाराज को शुरू में चाहिए था, भगवान ने उनको पहले प्यूरिफाई किया, फिर बाद में दे दिया भगवान ने. तो ध्रुव महाराज को कुछ यूज ही करने को नहीं था फिर बाद में. सो एक्चुअली क्या है, to the extent we become selfless now in our life, Krishna becomes very happy and he becomes like a more generous father. Okay, now you take, you can utilize it properly. But we are right now in such a condition that we have both the desires. ये भी करना, वो भी करना, ये भी करना, वो भी करना. So अभी हमारा desire purified नहीं है. Therefore it takes time. And Krishna will give according to our destiny. Means the destiny है, और भक्ति से भी जो भी आपको मिले, Krishna will give that. So we should be happy with that कि ठीक है, अभी मैं इतना मेहनत कर रहा हूँ, इतना भक्ति कर रहा हूँ, इतना मेहनत से मेरे को इतना मिला, let me I be happy and I have this much strength. इसमें मिलेगा. अभी कोई जादू होने वाला कोई चीज़ हो गया कि भाई थोड़ा मेहनत किया, बहुत बड़ा वो निकल गया. So now the another question is, my simple question is, even somebody gets lot of money, what he will do with the money? अभी आज 2 BHK की जगह 4 BHK लेके बैठ जाएगा, वो करेगा क्या? आज लोगों को जीना सिखाना चाहिए. पहले लोगों को जीना तक नहीं आता है, वो 2 कार लेके बैठ जाएगा, है ना. आज सोचो वो क्या करेगा. Is he going to give some donation? Is he going to open some temple? No, he will think the last priority उसे. So therefore we have to understand हमारे पास नॉलेज कितना है, हम कैसे यूटिलाइज करेंगे पैसे को. मटेरियलिस्टिक में खत्म हो जाता सब कुछ. So therefore we should understand that do our duties and be satisfied with one destiny, and Krishna is adding whatever in that destiny. Be satisfied with that and keep working for your bhakti. That is good. And कल को भगवान जब देंगे तो ठीक है. मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ, भगवान देखते हैं कि कौन कितना सामर्थ्य रखता है. इस पैसे को लेगा तो क्या करेगा. प्रभुपाद को पैसा दिया भगवान ने, क्या किया प्रभुपाद ने? खुद तो कुछ नहीं किया अपने लिए, पूरा मंदिर में लगा दिया. 108 मंदिर खोल दिया प्रभुपाद ने. तो प्रभुपाद के लिए पैसा जरूरी था, उनको फटाफट करके निकलना था. सो ऐसा हमने कई बार देखा है. दिस इज द रियलिटी इन लाइफ. When you are dependent on Krishna, then Krishna gives you that facility, that much only. He will give that much only facility, so that you use it, and not more than that. Even in Prabhupada's life also, when he took a rented house in Los Angeles, so he did not have a rent amount to pay for next month, and then from somewhere the money flew and came, and then he paid the rent. So Krishna ज़्यादा नहीं देंगे, उतना ही देंगे. दे दिया उतने को यूज करो. So that our dependence always will remain on Krishna. So this is there actually. हमारी भक्ति बहुत नाजुक है अभी. तो अभी हम भक्ति को समझना, अभी हम समझ रहे हैं भक्ति को, भक्ति करना नहीं चालू किया, हम समझ रहे हैं। और फिर भक्ति करना है तो और दृढ़ भक्ति उसमें आना चाहिए, दृढ़ता बढ़ा। और कलयुग के कारण से क्या हो रहा है, बिकॉज ऑफ आवर मंद सुमंद मतयो, एंड वी हैव आफ्टर रिपीटेड माइंड, उतना मेमोरी है नहीं दिमाग में, ना धर्म पता है ना कर्म पता है, जस्ट वी हैव टू do devotional service, that also we do not do so intensely. So therefore we have to have pity on ourselves. Have pity on ourselves. प्रणाम करो भगवान को, हम शूद्र हैं, उससे नीचे भी गए हैं हम लोग। भगवान हमको आपकी छत्र छाया में रखो बस। बड़े बड़े भक्त भी यही प्रेयर करते हैं कि हम कुत्ते हैं तो हमारा कुकुर। तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु के भक्तों का लिस्ट देख लो, कौन है हरिदास ठाकुर, वो क्या बनना चाहते हैं, महाप्रकाश लीला इफ यू रीड, कोलभे श्रीधर, पुंडरिक विद्यानिधि, all Mahaprabhu followers, what they want to become? None of them want to make big palace, something like that. Everyone is like detached personality. So yes, so Lord, whenever it was required for big work to be done, he created such king, Prithu Maharaj, Privrat Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, युधिष्ठिर, अर्जुना। जब जरूरत था भगवान ने किया, अभी जरूरत नहीं है, अभी उतना नहीं है जरूरत, उतना बड़ा काम करने वाला। अभी इतना बड़ा काम करने वाला आएगा तो फिर उसको सब लोग एनवी करेंगे, बोलेंगे इसको क्यों इतना एम्पावर किया, मेरे को क्यों नहीं किया। कलियुगा इज फुली एनवियस पीपल, इवन डिवोटीज एनवी करेंगे हम लोग। उसने भी तो 16 माला किया था, मैंने भी 16 माला किया, उसको क्यों भगवान ने इतना बोला। like one personality was very fed up with her with her husband. So then she said, क्यों कलयुग में एक से ज़्यादा शादी क्यों नहीं कर सकते, क्यों भगवान ने मना किया नहीं। तो मैंने बोला कि अभी ऑलरेडी फ्रस्ट्रेटेड, ऑलरेडी एक के साथ नहीं हो रहा है, अभी 2-3 रखेंगे तो कितना फ्रस्ट्रेशन होगा। तो देन शी सेड दैट बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है, नहीं होना चाहिए। हम लोग लायक नहीं है फैसिलिटी के, हमको फैसिलिटी दे दिया तो हम सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन करेंगे, सिंपल सा बात है। विल डू ओनली सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन। ओके, दिस इज माई अंडरस्टैंडिंग एक्चुअली, दैट let us become more, because somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, can I learn this thing, that thing? Prabhupada said, chant holy name. Our desires are not very pure. Immediately, थोड़े समय के बाद अभी प्योर दिख रहा है, अभी प्योर दिख रहा है, अगर जैसी फैसिलिटी आएगा ना, इमीडिएटली वो कवरिंग चालू हो जाता है। फिर हम ये भी कर सकते हैं, वो भी कर सकते हैं। सो वी कैन सी दैट, दैट्स वाई इन कलियुगा ऑफेन सिंस इन माइंड इज नॉट अकाउंटेड। जो भी हमने पाप किए मन में, नहीं, ऑफेंसेस स्टिल काउंटेड, बट सिंस इन माइंड इज नॉट काउंटेड। क्योंकि पता है कि मन इतना दूषित है, कैसे काउंट कैसे किया जाए। ओके, साधि भूताधिदैवं मां साधि यज्ञं च ये विदुः प्रयाण काले अपि च मां ते प्रयाण काले अपि च मां ते विदुर्युक्त चेतसः। Anishpu, you can read.
Those in full consciousness of me, who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of the material manifestation of the demigods and of all methods of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death.
Now see, this is a separate thing starting from 29th onward. This is 30th, मतलब ये खत्म ही हो गया चैप्टर। this is a again seed for next chapter. You find in Bhagavad Gita it's like that. Krishna hints something at the end of chapter, and then that becomes the beginning for next chapter. So Krishna is going to speak about these things in next chapter. So he is saying the sadhi आदि भूत दैव माम आदि यज्ञम चमे विदु। मैं आदि भूत दैव हूँ, मैं आदि यज्ञ भी हूँ, और प्रयाण काले पे मतलब जब व्यक्ति छोड़ता है तो उस व्यक्ति को मेरे को याद करना चाहिए, देन ही विल कम बैक टू मी। So Krishna at last is saying, I am everything, everybody is attaining me, so I am that Adi Bhuta, Adi Daivam, Adi Yagyam, and so therefore at the end of one's life one should remember me. Because okay, what do you mean by Adi? So just see, Adi Yagyam means governing of all sacrifices. So the controller of all sacrifices, or who is the director for all sacrifices. So Krishna is saying. Then Adi Daivam, governing for all the demigods. मैं सबका demigods का director मैं ही हूँ, controller मैं ही हूँ, यज्ञों का controller भी मैं ही हूँ. And then Adi Bhutam, the governing principle of material manifestation. So material manifestation, the devatas and the sacrifices, everything is controlled by me. So why Krishna is saying? Because everyone in this world, you find they are, we just now saw that made up of 3 modes. So that is material manifestation, and then they worship demigods. All the demigods are separate from Krishna, who are worshipped. So Krishna is saying, actually I am the governing principle for them, and they do many yagyas. People do many yagyas. So even yagyas by doing yagya, by which people achieve something in this world, satisfying demigods, satisfying me, whatever. So this everything, I am yagya also, I am demigods का मालिक भी मैं हूँ, इस संसार का मालिक भी मैं हूँ, ये भगवान बता रहे. इसलिए लास्ट मोमेंट पे मुझे याद करना चाहिए. This is also spoken in second chapter, second canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. अन्ते नारायण स्मृति एतावान सांख्य योगाभ्याम स्वधर्म परिनिष्ठया जन्मलाभा पर पुंसाम अन्ते नारायण स्मृति. ये श्लोक है. एतावान सांख्य योगाभ्याम स्वधर्म परिनिष्ठया. सुखदेव गोस्वामी सेइंग कि हे परीक्षित, अगर कोई सांख्य योगी है, एतावान सांख्य योगाभ्याम या स्वधर्म परिनिष्ठया, या वर्णाश्रम धर्म को अच्छे से कर रहा है, जन्म लाभा परा पुंसा, जन्म लेने का लाभ तभी है जब अंते नारायण स्मृति ही, अंत में नारायण की स्मृति हो जाए. परीक्षित मतलब कोई योगी है, संसार से कोई मतलब नहीं, कोई संसार में है, वर्णाश्रम को फॉलो कर रहा है, ये दोनों के लिए, यानी कर्मी योगी ज्ञानी सबके लिए. व्हाट इज द जन्म लाभ? जन्म लाभ कैसे होगा? जन्म लिया उसका फायदा क्या है? अंते नारायण स्मृति. यहाँ पे वही बोला है, प्रयाण काले अपि च माम ते विदुर युक्त अचेत चेतसः. He should be युक्त चेतसा of me. प्रयाण काले, शरीर छोड़ने समय मेरे को मेरी चेतना में होना चाहिए, कृष्णा कॉन्शियस होना चाहिए व्यक्ति. अर्जुन ऐसे समझा रहे भगवान कि मैं ही देवताओं का गवर्निंग प्रिंसिपल, मैं ही यज्ञों का गवर्निंग प्रिंसिपल, मैं ही मटेरियल प्रिंसिपल का भी गवर्निंग मैं ही करता हूँ, मैं ही गवर्नमेंट हूँ, ऐसा भगवान बता रहे. See, so this is a mysterious thing. Krishna is everywhere. He is देखो भगवद गीता is a mysterious knowledge. ये कोई समझा नहीं पाएगा ठीक से. प्रभुपाद ने पर्पट्स अच्छे दिए, ट्रांसलेशन तो हमें समझ में आ रहा है, नहीं तो कोई कुछ और भी बोलेगा. प्रभुपाद हमेशा बताएंगे कि कृष्णा ही है. कोई बोलेगा ब्रह्मन है, कोई बोलेगा परमात्मा है. अरे मैं ही हूँ. भगवान खुद बोल रहे खड़े खड़े मैं हूँ. So he has mentioned कि one becomes convinced of supreme personality of Godhead, and at a time of death such a Krishna conscious person can never forget Krishna. Naturally he is thus promoted to the planet of Supreme Lord Goloka Vrindavan. Many things Krishna hides in this world. He does not immediately shows it, and therefore people become confused. That is what he is saying, na, कि nobody can understand me. If I am the principle for everything, तो सब कुछ मैं कंट्रोल करता हूँ कि नहीं करता हूँ. People think that I am not controlling anything. Everything is going haywire. कोई कंट्रोल ही नहीं कर रहा है. बट कृष्णा इज सो मेच्योर कंट्रोलर. आई सी recently we had a lecture by one yesterday only we had a lecture. Then he was saying that if somebody has a ego, so Krishna उनके ईगो को पहले पंचर करते हैं, पहले ईगो को फुलाते हैं भगवान, जैसे गुब्बारे को फुलाना पड़ता है. So somebody who does mistake, he is not immediately corrected. His ego is first inflated, फूल जाता है, फिर बाद में पच एक सुई मारेंगे, टक, पूरा फट जाता है, फट ऐसा। तो उसको बहुत दुख होता है, क्योंकि उसने ईगो फुलाने में बहुत समय लिया, तो उसका ईगो बहुत फूल गया था। तो भगवान अल्टीमेटली वो कर देते। नाउ दिस इज गुड फॉर असुराज, फॉर डिवोटीज it may not be like that. Asuras like Hiranyakashipu. So Narasimhadev came, he allowed him to do his sins and all the massacre of people and changing the laws in the material nature and troubling his devotee Prahlad. When Narasimhadev also, when he was fighting with Hiranyakashipu, he was just allowing him that he can also attack on Narasimhadev. So then this demon was thinking that, see, Narasimhadev is weaker than me. I can also even beat him with my sword or my gada. I can also fight with him. So this kind of thinking he was getting because Narasimhadev was allowing him to have some fun. But he was under control. And what happened? He became very egoistic and then ultimately एक नाखून से उसने पंचर कर दिया भगवान ने, पट, खत्म. So yes, Krishna does not like ego. At the same time, Krishna has a compassionate side, we should also see. So those were demons, Krishna says that Shipame aham ajasram subhan asubhan. मैं उनको अशुभ योनि में फेंक देता हूँ, जन्म जन्म तक फेंक के रखता हूँ मैं. भगवान उनको बोलते हैं कि मैं जन्म जन्म तक जो भी मेरे से ईर्ष्या करता है, संसार येषु नराधमा, जो नरों में अधम है, मुझसे एनवी करता है, मैं उसको अशुभ योनि में फेंक देता हूँ. अर्जुन, जन्म जन्म तक फेंके रखता हूँ उसको मैं. तो ऐसे लगे भगवान बहुत गुस्सा कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. Only devotees can understand the Lord's compassionate side. How? When Krishna saw that Duryodhana was hit on his thigh and he was crying, he was weeping, then Krishna, when he saw Duryodhana, it is mentioned he was not feeling happy in his heart. He mentioned a word. Uddhava is mentioning, and his words of Uddhava is mentioned by Shukadeva Goswami. Krishna was not feeling happy by seeing Duryodhana miserably dying because he was hit by the club of Bhima on his thigh. So then Prabhupada mentions in purport, Supreme Lord is the father of all living entity. He never takes enjoyment in punishing his children. And he feels very disheartened कि मेरे बच्चे को चोट लगी. अभी माँ बाप इस संसार में इतना उनको स्नेह होता है बच्चे से, बच्चा कुछ भी बोले, लेकिन माँ बाप अगर उसके कुछ हो जाता है तो बच्चे के प्रति स्नेह आ जाता है कि मेरा ही बच्चा है. तो हाउ कैन द लॉर्ड बिकम हार्टलेस? It does not happen like that. So therefore, Lord waits for his devotee to improve. Like Jagannath की तो आंखें ही नहीं है. आंखें क्यों नहीं है? उसका भी कारण है कि Jagannath does not want to see. He does not want to see any, like you can say, it is said, why Jagannath is always his ऐसे आंखें क्यों है? तो भगवान अपने भक्तों की सेवा को ऐसे आंखें दे, अरे इतना अच्छा सेवा कर रहा है. This is another interpretation. So it's like that, he sees, and he sees that. And it is also said कि when devotees do something wrong, so the Lord then closes his eyes. मुझे को पता नहीं है, मैंने नहीं देखा, मेरे भक्त ने कुछ गलती किया, मैंने नहीं देखा. भगवान तो बोलते भी है ना, साधु रेव समंतव्य, वो साधु कहलाएगा. अभी भगवान ने बोला कुछ श्लोकों पहले, ये उदारा, ये सभी चारों लोग उदार हैं अर्जुन, और वो अल्प बुद्धि है और वो बुद्धू है. भगवान ने तीनों कैटेगरी दे दिया. सुकृतिना को उदार बोल दिया, और देवी गॉड वर्शिपर्स को अल्प बुद्धि, अल्प मेधसा, एंड मायावादी को अबुद्धया. और फिर जो कर्मी एकदम जो जानवर की तरह जीते, उनको भगवान बोलते कि दीज पीपल दे आर कास्ट इन टू द लोअर बर्थ आफ्टर बर्थ, लाइक दैट. So Krishna makes gradations, but Krishna loves every living entity. He cannot give up. अगर कृष्णा बोलते इसको छोड़ देता हूँ मैं, तो छोड़ सकते हैं क्या भगवान? भगवान भी नहीं छोड़ते, परमात्मा के रूप में आना पड़ता है, भगवान नहीं छोड़ सकते. उसी तरह लिविंग एंटिटी also cannot give up Lord. He is dependent by his nature, and Lord is also, it is said Lord is Swarat, but also Lord is also not Swarat. Lord cannot give up his compassion. लॉर्ड अपने क्वालिटीज़ को छोड़ नहीं सकते। भले वो स्वराट दिखते हैं लेकिन है नहीं भगवान। भगवान को आना पड़ता है इस संसार में, लिविंग एंटिटी के साथ रहना पड़ता है। बोलेंगे तू जाके रह, मैं क्यों रहूँगा, मेरे से तेरे से क्या रिश्ता है, तूने रिश्ता तोड़ा, तुम जाओ। भगवान को आना पड़ता है, वो मजबूरी है उनकी। यस टू कम। So the compassionate side of Krishna, we have to see that Krishna, and that's why it's very difficult. It's not easy to understand his compassionate side, because maximum time we see that there is a wrong things only happening with living entity, with the rules and regulations. But where is Krishna? No. Only Krishna. If there are many verses in Bhagavatam, it says if Krishna does not protect us even a single moment, we will not live here. कृष्ण इज प्रोटेक्टिंग अस एवरी मोमेंट। हम चल रहे हैं, खा रहे हैं, पी रहे हैं, हम खाते हैं तो हमारा खाना विंड पाइप में क्यों नहीं चला जाता है? फूड वहाँ पे कौन सा वो सिस्टम बना है? देखो, खाना खाया पच जाता है, अगर भगवान पचाए नहीं तो क्या हालत हो जाएगा हमारा? हर एक मोमेंट पे हमको बचा रहे हैं भगवान। ही इज मटीरियल वर्ल्ड इज अ वर्ल्ड ऑफ डेथ, एवरी मोमेंट इज मेंट फॉर आवर डेथ, बट कृष्णा इज सेविंग अस, बट वी डू नॉट नो, वी आर नॉट कॉन्शियस ऑफ इट. But he is doing it and he is hiding it also, not telling every moment न्यूज़पेपर छाप के इतने लोगों का खाना पचाया मैंने, इतने लोगों का खाना इधर से इधर डाला, इतने लोगों को सांस लेने में मदद किया मैंने. No, not telling. So it's his greatness that he does also and hides also, and he only allows one to understand him or his activity when one surrenders to him. तब भगवान उसको दिखाते हैं कि देखो ये सब मेरी एक्टिविटीज है. The 7th chapter particularly explains that how one can be fully Krishna conscious person. The beginning of Krishna consciousness is association of person who are Krishna conscious. Such association is spiritual and puts one directly in touch with Supreme Lord. By His grace, one can understand Krishna to Supreme Personality of Godhead. At the same time, one can really understand the constitutional position of living entity and how living entity forgets Krishna and becomes entangled in material activities. By gradual development of Krishna consciousness in good association, the living entity can understand that due to forgetfulness of Krishna, he has become conditioned by the laws of material nature. See, what is that? The whole prime thing, pivot thing, association. Such association. तादेरा चरण सेनु भक्त सनेवास, जन्म जन्म कोई यही अभिलाष. Association of person who are Krishna conscious. Only by such association one can understand Krishna. So how it is mentioned? First, one will know that he is not this body, he is Atma, he is Krishna Das, and how he has forgotten Krishna, how he has become entangled. And by gradual development of his Krishna consciousness in association, he will find out that Maya is catching him because he has forgotten Krishna. He can also understand that human form of life is an opportunity to regain Krishna consciousness, and it should be utilized fully to attain the causeless mercy of the Supreme Lord. ठीक है, तो ये हो गया. Here, okay, we can read this also. Many subjects have been discussed in this chapter: the man in distress, the inquisitive man, the man in want of material necessity, the knowledge of Brahman, the knowledge of Paramatma, the liberation of birth, death, disease, and worship of the Supreme Lord. However, he who actually elevated in Krishna consciousness does not care for different processes. देखो क्या बोला है? He simply directly engages himself in activities of Krishna consciousness and thereby factually attains his constitutional position as an eternal servant of Lord Krishna. So these we will always find the knowledge of Brahman, Paramatma, liberation of birth, death, disease. These are a very high topic in spirituality, but because we have been given the topmost of spirituality, therefore these things are okay for knowledge, but not for practice. We are already practicing. Therefore Prabhupada says just try to engage in activities of Krishna consciousness. In such a situation, he takes pleasure in hearing and glorifying the Supreme Lord in pure devotional service. So what is the pleasure of devotee? Hearing and glorifying the Lord in pure devotional service. He is convinced that by doing so, his objective will be fulfilled. हमें भगवान को उनके गीत गाने हैं, उनके गुणों को गाना है, उनके नामों को गाना है. ये हमारी प्रसन्नता होनी चाहिए. Actually, sometimes it is a reality. When you glorify or when we glorify the Lord, then we become happy. Not that how much glories I have heard from my friends, my dear ones, nobody is glorifying me. I will also be glorified. But when? Let me first glorify Krishna. Krishna will arrange for my glorification. So, or I will be happy by glorification of Krishna. This determined faith is called Dridvrata. What is Dridvrata? See, Dridvrata is taking pleasure in hearing and glorifying the Lord in devotional service, pure devotional service. And by doing that, he will attain all the objectives of his life. दिस इज कॉल्ड दृढ़ व्रता. ये डिटरमाइंड फेथ है. मैं भगवान का कीर्तन करूंगा, मैं भगवान का श्रवण करूंगा, उनके नामों का, उनके गुणों का, उनके लीलाओं का श्रवण करूंगा और उससे मुझे सब कुछ मिल जाएगा. ये दृढ़ व्रत जो बोला गया ना, भजन्ते माम दृढ़ व्रता, इट इज द बिगिनिंग ऑफ भक्ति. प्रभुपाद बोलते हैं भक्ति का बिगिनिंग है. अरे लो, भक्ति बिगिन यहाँ से होती है. दैट इज द वर्डिक्ट ऑफ ऑल स्क्रिप्चर्स. द बिगिनिंग ऑफ भक्ति इज डिटरमाइंड फेथ. Bhakti is also a great activity. So great activity, if somebody is doing, then he needs to be fulfilling the prerequisite of that activity. What is that? Great faith. दृढ़व्रता, कि मैं श्रवण कीर्तन करके अपने जीवन में सब कुछ पाऊंगा. The 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is the substance of that conviction. अभी कोई पढ़ेगा, बोल प्रभु जी किधर लिखा है श्रवण कीर्तन? अरे ये भगवान के बारे में तो लिखा है ना, ये सब ये श्रवण ही है. हम श्रवण ही तो कर रहे हैं, श्रवण कीर्तन. भगवान के ऊपर और फेथ हमारा बढ़ रहा है. दोज हू डेवलप सच नॉलेज ऑफ मी बाय द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ डिवोशन टू मी मेंटेन दैट नॉलेज इवन एट टाइम ऑफ डेथ. जस्ट सी, जो ये डेवलप करता है नॉलेज बाय द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ डिवोशन, he maintains that knowledge even at time of death. It is not like the intelligence of others established by karma, which varies according to the future body. तो जिसका बॉडी बूढ़ा हो जाएगा, भूल जाएगा, लेकिन ये भक्तों के साथ नहीं होगा. द टर्म आदिभूत, आदिदैव एंड आदि यज्ञ विल बी एक्सप्लेन इन नेक्स्ट चैप्टर. यस, डन. सो वी विल कम टू this 8th chapter. So 8th chapter begins because the word Adi Daiva, Adi Bhuta, they are spoken by Krishna. So now Krishna, Arjuna will ask such questions, same what he spoke. He will extend more such words, add some more words and ask Krishna question about that. Arjuna vacha kim tad brahma kim adhyatmam kim karma purushottama आदिभूतं च किं प्रोक्तम् आदिदैवं किमुच्यते अधियज्ञः कथं कोत्र देहे अस्मिन् मधुसूदन प्रयाणकाले च कथं गेयोऽसि नियतात्मभिः. Yes.
I'll read.
Yes.
Arjuna inquired, O my lord, O supreme person, what is Brahman? What is the self? What are fruitive activities? What is the material manifestation? And what are the demigods? Please explain this to me. Who is the lord of sacrifice and how does he live in the body, O Madhusudana? And how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death?
What is Brahman? So, किम तद ब्रह्मा, ब्रह्म क्या है? किम आध्यात्मम, आध्यात्मम क्या है? किम कर्म पुरुषोत्तम, कर्म क्या है भगवान? आदिभूतम किम प्रोक्तम, आदिभूतम किसको बोलते हैं और आदि दैवम किसको बोलते हैं? भगवान ने बोला लास्ट चैप्टर में, मैं ही हूँ आदि दैव, मैं आदि भूत हूँ, मैं आदि यज्ञ हूँ. तो नाउ अर्जुन इज आस्किंग व्हाट इज ब्रह्मन भगवान. डू यू थिंक आफ्टर 8th चैप्टर वो उतने बार ब्रह्मन वर्ड आ गया है? पहले इतने वो चैप्टर्स में ब्रह्मन ब्रह्मन भगवान बोल रहे हैं, अभी भगवान बोलेंगे. तुमको 8वें चैप्टर में याद आया क्या ब्रह्मन क्या है? और कर्म भी पूछ रहे, कर्म क्या है भगवान? और कर्म योग खत्म हो गया, फिर पूछ रहे कर्म क्या है. It means he is asking for audience. Arjuna knows that. So it's 8th chapter. Karma already discussed. Adi yagyam katham ko yat atra dehe asmin madhusudana. इस देह में आदि यज्ञ क्या है, देह क्या, एक तो यज्ञ आदि यज्ञ और देह का भी क्या है, देह में आदि यज्ञ क्या है। प्रयाण काले च कथम, प्रयाण काले में जब कोई शरीर छोड़ता है तो उस वो क्या है भगवान, वो भी बताइए हमको। शरीर छोड़ने का भी समय क्या होता है, व्हाट इज द राइट टाइम, और दैट होल प्रोसेस इज व्हाट, टेल मी। So now that is the whole thing. So Krishna in 3 and 4 shloka, so this is taking the 2 shloka, 3 and 4 shloka explains about all these things except this prayan kale cha katham. तो प्रयाण काले को भगवान पूरे चैप्टर में एक्सप्लेन करेंगे, बट ऊपर वाले सब खटखट भगवान एक्सप्लेन कर देते हैं। In this chapter, Lord Krishna answered different questions from Arjuna, beginning what is Brahman. The Lord also explains karma, fruitive activity, devotional service, and yoga principle, and devotional service in its pure form. The Srimad Bhagavatam explains that the supreme absolute truth is known as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. Vadanti tattva tattvidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagwaniti शब्दते। परम सत्य को 3 तरीकों में देखा जाता है, ब्रह्मन, परमात्मा, भगवान। In addition, the living entity, the individual soul, is also called Brahman. Now, this sometimes it's confusing, Brahman and Parabrahman. Supreme entity is called Parabrahman, but in general word is Brahman. So, therefore Prabhupada mentioned कि sometimes living entity को ही Brahman बोल देते हैं। Arjuna also inquires about the Atma, which refers to the body, soul, and mind. Atma means in Sanskrit all the 3. It can be body, it can be mind, it can be soul. According to the Vedic dictionary, Atma refers to mind, body, mind, soul, body, senses also. Arjuna has addressed the Supreme Lord as Purushottam, the Supreme Person, which means he was putting these questions not simply to a friend, but to the Supreme Person, knowing him to be the Supreme Authority able to give definite answers. Lord of Sacrifice may refer to either Indra or Vishnu. Vishnu is the chief of the primal demigods, including Brahma and Lord Shiva, and Indra is the chief of the administrative demigods. Both Indra and Vishnu are worshipped by the Yajna performance. But here the Arjuna also asks who is actually the Lord of Yajna and how the Lord is residing within the body of living entity. So again, so Yajna का देवता कौन है और who is actually the Lord of Yajna and how the Lord is residing in this body. Both. Arjuna addresses the Lord as Madhusudana because Krishna once killed a demon called Madhu, and therefore Arjuna wants that his doubts should be also killed. Now the word Prayan Kale in this verse is very significant because whatever we do in the life will be tested at time of death. Arjuna is very anxious to know of those who are constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness. What should be their position at time of final moment? At the time of death, all the bodily functions are disrupted and the mind is not in proper condition, thus disturbed by the bodily situation. One may not be able to remember the Supreme Lord. Maharaj Kurusekar, the great devotee, prays, "My dear Lord, just now I am quite healthy. It is better that I die immediately so that the swan of my mind can seek entrance at the stem of your lotus feet." The metaphor is used because the swan, a bird of water, takes pleasure in the digging into the lotus flower. Its sporting proclivity is to enter the lotus flower. Maharaj Kulasekar says to the Lord, "Now my mind is undisturbed and I am quite healthy. If I die immediately thinking of lotus feet, then I am sure that my performance of my devotional service will become perfect." Like people think that now I am young and I should achieve everything right now. But nobody wants to die at a young age. But everyone wants to achieve the result of one's action while he is young. It means the many people in general, they have focus in material life or material success. Like Kulasekar Maharaj is saying, I am young, I dedicated full life for Krishna. So now it is my bhakti is going very nicely, Krishna. So take my life right now. Because at last moment, who knows whether I will remember you or not. So this is his bhava. But if I have to wait for my natural death, then I do not know what will happen. But because at the time of At that time, the bodily function will be disrupted. Okay. So Arjuna question how a person can fix the mind on lotus feet at such times. In the 8th chapter, the Lord speaks about the pure bhakti and yoga mishra bhakti in reply to Arjuna's question. So you will find how to fix the mind on the Lord through yoga mishra bhakti and pure bhakti. Krishna will explain later, because I said only 3-4 श्लोका, तीसरा और चौथे श्लोक में most of the questions are answered. Only the prayan kale, how to fix mind on Krishna, that part is explained throughout the chapter. In that, Krishna divides in yoga mishra bhakti and pure bhakti. प्योर भक्ति के द्वारा भगवान को कैसे रिमेंबर किया जाए और योग मिश्र भक्ति के द्वारा कैसे रिमेंबर किया जाए प्रयाण काल में. See here they are saying what is Adi Bhuta? What is it that rules Adi, the living entity within the body? So Adi means the ruling, the governing factor. So Adi matlab ruling, governing. So Adi Bhuta means who, the living entity within the, what is that rules the living entity in the body? That is meaning of Adi Bhuta. कौन living entity को ruling कर रहा है? Is it the product of elements that such as the pots or the gross bodies of the jiva? What is Adi Devam? Again, Adi Devam means who is controlling the devatas? The governing principle कौन है? Is it the meditation on the devatas, concerning the devatas or universal form? Who is Adi Yagya? यज्ञों का मालिक कौन है? Does Indra or Vishnu? What is the so? What also is the nature of the ruler of the sacrifice? One who is ruling the sacrifice. What is the nature? Arjuna then addresses Krishna as Madhusudana. Okay. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Aksharam Brahma Param Swabhavo Aksharam Brahma Paramam Sabhavo Adhyatma Uchyate Bhuta Bhavo Bhavakaro Visargaha Karma Sangitaha. Yes, Prabhu.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the indestructible, transcendental living entity is called Brahman, and his eternal nature is called Adhyatma, the Self. Action pertaining to the development of the material bodies of the living entities is called karma or fruitive activities.
What is the question?
So we just want to see that last two paragraph of last shloka. Take the picture. Very nice. About it. Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji.
No, I have to go up or
No, that's all Prabhuji. Last.
so this one, huh? This.
What is Adi Bhuta Sana? It's very nicely explained here.
Correct. Adi
Prabhuji,
Bhuta.
this is who's commenting? Sorry.
This is a Baldev Vidyabhushan. And above one is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, this black one. This blue one is Baldev Vidyabhushan. And upper one is Srila Prabhupada. So, okay, here the indestructible transcendental living entity is called Brahman. So the word used here, you see the Aksharam, Brahma, Paramam. अक्षरम मतलब क्या? इनडिस्ट्रक्टिबल. ये लिविंग एंटिटी को कोई तोड़ नहीं सकता. लिविंग एंटिटी द ब्रह्मन कैन नॉट बी शरा. ब्रह्मन को और फॉलिबल यू कैन से, इनफॉलिबल फॉलिबल. अक्षरा गिर जाता है. तो लिविंग एंटिटी इनडिस्ट्रक्टिबल, तो यहाँ पे मतलब अक्षर का मतलब अलग अलग जगह पे यूज होता है. भगवान को जब अक्षर यू में यूज करते हैं तो वहाँ पे इनफॉलिबल मतलब होता है. लिविंग एंटिटी तो फॉल होता है लिविंग एंटिटी का, बिकॉज माया कैन कवर. तो यहाँ पे लिविंग एंटिटी के साथ जो अक्षर का मतलब है इनडिस्ट्रक्टिबल. लेटर इट इज गोइंग टू कम द सेम वर्ड अक्षर, विच विल बी मीनिंग इनफॉलिबल. सो हियर अक्षर मीन्स इनडिस्ट्रक्टिबल. तो ब्रह्मन is indestructible. Now this Brahman can be Supreme Lord or it can be living entity, both. Paramam, it is a transcendental. Okay. And his nature is called Adhyatma. What is called? Adhyatma. Nature. हमारा नेचर क्या है? अध्यात्म. बोले तो आपका नेचर क्या है? मेरे को गुस्सा बहुत आता है. हाँ? तो ये मटेरियल नेचर के नेचर है. तो किसी का हॉट टेम्पर, शॉर्ट टेम्पर और कूल टेम्पर, वॉट एवर टेम्पर, बट दैट इज अगेन मटीरियल कंडीशनिंग. सो द रियल नेचर ऑफ लिविंग एंटिटी इज आध्यात्म. इसीलिए बोलते हैं आध्यात्मिक ज्ञान ले लो, कम फॉर स्पिरिचुअल क्लासेस. आध्यात्म, नो योर स्पिरिचुअल नेचर, नो योर स्पिरिचुअल नेचर, इटर्नल नेचर. तो हमारा जो नेचर है उसको बोलते हैं द सेल्फ, द आध्यात्म. द एक्शन पर्टेनिंग टू डेवलपमेंट ऑफ मटेरियल बॉडीज ऑफ लिविंग एंटिटीज कॉल्ड कर्मा. When the bodies are developed, when we do karma. So whatever action is done, accordingly bodily will be developed, that is called karma. Brahman is indestructible and eternally existing, and its constitution is not changed at any time. But beyond the Brahman there is Parabrahman. So ये ध्यान देना है, constitution नहीं change होता है. So nobody can change the constitution. Yes, the consciousness of living entity can be perverted, can be changed, but constitution cannot be changed. Constitution cannot be changed. मतलब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बदल गया मतलब वो ब्रह्म एलिमेंट ही बदल गया तो वो तो गड़बड़ हो गया. ऐसा नहीं, एलिमेंट नहीं बदल सकता. नो, his consciousness can be perverted. Means earlier he was serving Krishna, now he will be serving his senses और Krishna's energy, माया. तो ये सर्विंग, तो सर्विस वो जो उसके कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में घुसा हुआ है सर्विस करना, वो नहीं छूटेगा उसका, वो रहेगा ही. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एलिमेंट वो रहेगा. ओके. But beyond the Brahman, there is a Parabrahman. Brahman refers to the living entity, Parabrahman refers to Supreme Personality of Godhead. The constitutional position of the living entity is different from the position he takes in the material world. You see? Now, when you say constitution cannot be changed, then comes constitutional position. वही चीज है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तुम्हारा नहीं बदल सकता. मतलब आपका क्या है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोजीशन? जीवेर स्वरूप होए कृष्णेर नित्य दास. दैट इज आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोजीशन. हमारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन नहीं बदल सकता. आवर एलिमेंट ऑफ ब्रह्मन कैन नॉट बी चेंज. सो आवर पोजीशन विल बी आई एम अ दास. So when we are in material world, we become das of senses, mind, body, and when we are in spiritual world, we become das of Krishna. But we remain, our constitution remains das. In material consciousness, his nature is try to be lord of the matter, but in the spiritual consciousness, his position is to serve the Supreme. When the living entity is material consciousness, he has to take on various bodies in the material world. That is called karma, or varied creation by the force of material consciousness. In material consciousness, one does karma. Whatever activity he does, it is called karma. Material consciousness में. Actually, ये बहुत important है. Bhagavad Gita is therefore very special book, which is very very फाइनली टेलिंग कि ये कर्म है. लोग बाहर तो लोगों को समझ में ही नहीं आता कर्म क्या है. पीपल आर जस्ट फंसे हुए हैं पुण्य और पाप में, पुण्य पाप में. वो भी मतलब जो सोचने वाले लोग हैं, नहीं तो जो सोचने वाले नहीं हो तो वो सोच रहे हैं कि पाप ही पुण्य है, यही हमारा जीवन है बस. तो कृष्ण इज सेइंग द कर्मा इज अ एक्टिविटी विच इज क्रिएटेड इन मटीरियल कॉन्शियसनेस. In Vedic literature, the living entity is called Jivatma or Brahman, but he is never called Parabrahman. The living entity Jivatma takes different positions. Sometimes he merges into dark material nature and he identifies himself with matter. Sometimes he identifies himself with superior nature. Therefore, he is called Supreme Lord's marginal energy. According to his identification with material or spiritual nature, he receives the material body or spiritual body. So why he, according to his identification. Okay, so identification means his consciousness. So if he takes material body because he had done karma, and why he had done karma? Because of material consciousness. So material consciousness is causing living entity to do karma. Karma is causing living entity to have body, and then to maintain the body once again, or in the same body he has material consciousness, he does more karma, then he prepares for future bodies. So material consciousness causes karma. Karma, surely अब now somebody can, but how can karma be done without body? वो बात भी सही है, कर्म तो शरीर से ही होगा, है ना? तो material consciousness is the cause of our activities to be called karma, and so therefore the karma prepares our future body, and that's why it's mentioned we have to do activity in Krishna consciousness. यही है, इसीलिए बोला गया है, नहीं तो हम अगला शरीर बना रहे हैं, we are making our next body. Therefore Ishopanishad we have read, what is that second shloka?
That Prabhuji, if someone is on the path of religiousness, he can keep doing the karma for thousands of years and it won't bind him. Is it correct?
न कर्म लिपते नरः, वो कर्म फिर आपको लीपेगा नहीं. इट विल नॉट लीपना मतलब इट विल नॉट मेक योर नेक्स्ट बॉडी. लाइक हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड आवर बॉडीज, लाइक व्हेन वी सी दिस, जब देवी का फेस्टिवल होता है, गणेश का फेस्टिवल होता है, तो आपने देखा होगा रोडों पे जो स्कल्पचर्स होते हैं वो क्या देवी का बॉडी बनाते हैं, गणेश का बॉडी बनाते हैं. सो दे डू सम प्लास्टर ऑफ पेरिस, उसको वैसे पेंटिंग करते हैं. तो वैसे ही हमारा कर्म भी हमारे शरीर को बनाते हैं. दिस बॉडी इज अ ड्रेस. तो दिस बॉडी इज पेंटेड विद 3 मोड्स, 3 मोड्स के कलर से स्केचिंग किया गया है. इसका नाक ऐसा होना चाहिए, इसका मुंह ऐसा होना चाहिए, इसका हाथ ऐसा होना चाहिए, ऐसे स्केचिंग कर करके बॉडी बना दी है. तो यहाँ पे बोला गया न कर्म लिप्यते, वो कर्म का जो ब्रश है अगला शरीर उससे लिपेगा नहीं. तो ब्रश को उसको तोड़ देना है ब्रश को. So the karma should not be done. Then akarma should be done, so that our next body is not made. To attain material heavenly planets and enjoy their facilities, he sometimes performs sacrifices, but when his merits is exhausted, he returns to earth again in the form of man. This process is called karma. So the karma is also mentioned. So punya karma, paap karma. तो पाप कर्मा से वो नीचे जाता है, पुण्य से ऊपर जाता है, like that. There are 5 kind of offerings made into the 5 kinds of fire. The 5 kinds of fire are conceived as of the heavenly planet clouds, the earth, the man, the woman. 5 kinds of sacrificial offerings are faith, the enjoyer on the moon, the rain, the grains, and semen. So basically, we read this about this in the 4th chapter, Yagya. So the Yagya Kund, like for a brahmachari, what is the Yagya Kund? These ears, he has to put the sound vibration in ears. So then he has to, so this is a Yagya Kund means what? The senses, the transcendental words has to be put in the ears so that he will achieve the liberation. So Yagya means offer it. Where you have to offer, by which it will go to the place where it can be utilized properly, and then you will get the benefit. So for this it happened. In the similar way for grihasthas, what is there? So for grihasthas, they have to control. So they have to put their senses into restriction, regulated sense enjoyment, so that they will achieve the benefit of dharma, artha, kam, moksha, and by that they will attain the higher fruits of religiosity or whatever. So basically it is mentioned the yagya should help the person to achieve some result. So that is what Yagya Kund means, the place where the offering has to be made, and by making that offering the fruits has to be awakened. Then it's mentioned here. So 5 kinds of fire, and again the 5 kind of offerings. In the process of sacrifice, the living entity makes specific sacrifice to attain specific heavenly planets and consequently reaches them. When the merit of sacrifice is exhausted, the living entity descends to the earth in the form of rain and then takes on the form of grains, and the grains are eaten by man and transformed into semen, which impregnates a woman, and thus a living entity once again attains the human form to perform sacrifice to repeat the same cycle. This mention how he is doing. So first he performs a sacrifice to demigod, then demigod calls him, okay, come, yanti devrata devan. Then he goes to demigod loka, he finishes off his merits, then comes back. How he comes back? रेन्स, जो बारिश होता है उसमें देवता लोग आते हैं, उसमें जिसका पुण्य खत्म हो जाता है देवता वो बारिश से आते हैं और अन्न में घुस जाते हैं. So when they come into the grains and grains are eaten by man, and then that form into semen, and then child takes birth. In this way it's mentioned that how the human who has done sacrifice, he goes up, comes down, again takes form of a human and again performs sacrifice. So ये repeated चलता रहता है. In this way the living entity perpetually comes and goes on the material path. The Krishna conscious person, however, avoids such sacrifices, takes directly to Krishna consciousness, and thereby prepares himself to return to the Godhead. So the Lord answered, the Brahman refers to Akshara, which does not get destroyed, eternal and supreme. The Shruti says the etad vai tad aksharam gargi brahmana abhivadanti. The knower of Brahman call the Supreme Lord the indestructible Akshara. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे लिविंग एंटिटी को या ब्रह्मन को अक्षर बोला गया, indestructible. स्वभाव मीन्स दैट विच प्रोड्यूसेस वन सेल्फ, जो अपने को जन्म देता है. स्वम भावयति, वंस सेल्फ मतलब स्वभाव, हमारा खुद का, जो that brings about our own self, that is called स्वभाव. स्वभाव, आपका भाव क्या है? From the imposition of the body. In other words, it means that jiva, since it creates the body, the jiva is called adhyatma. Or the meaning of swabhava can be that which causes one to attain Paramatma. Swa means the Lord in this case. Swabhava means what is that which helps one to attain Paramatma? That means Swa means Paramatma here. But when you take a meaning that it produces one's own self from the imposition of body. See, if you say the material world में स्वभाव बदलना बहुत मुश्किल है. It takes a lot of time. Krishna also, he says the sadhu reva samantavya. He says कि sadhu is doing bhakti, but his स्वभाव takes a lot of time to change because it's an impression from previous lives. So स्वभाव, so materially स्वभाव captures the living entity for long time. So it's mentioned from imposition of the body. So body, when somebody gets a body, he gets a certain kind of स्वभाव, because कोई किसी को तमोगुण का शरीर मिला है तो उसको तमोगुण का बॉडी मिलेगा. Actually it's it's given in 9th canto. There was one king, he was in the Suryavansa. So then Vasishtha Muni caused him to become a man-eater Rakshasa, and he became man-eating Rakshasa. And then one time what happened, he went into the jungle. So there one Brahmana and Brahmini, they were basically preparing for having a child. So then this Rakshasa, who was a king cursed by Vasishtha Muni, he took the Brahmana और उसको खाना चालू किया. तो then the wife of Brahmana, she said that, oh, you don't forget yourself, you are a great king, you have got cursed, that's why you become Rakshasa. Please leave my husband, let us have first son or baby, then you can kill him. So she was saying like that. But this Rakshasa did not hear, and she spoke so many words of dharma, but she could not convince, and he ate the Rakshasa. sorry, the Rakshasa ate the Brahmana, finish, kar diya. Then she cursed him also, that you will have never son, and whenever you want to have son, you will also die like that. Now he was a great king, but because of curse he became Rakshasa, and again the holy vibration were spoken to him. He was not able to change his स्वभाव. वो खाने को जा रहा है, and he ate that Brahmana without any reason. He was very hungry. So स्वभाव sometimes forces a living entities beyond his knowledge also. Knowledge भी दिया, फिर भी स्वभाव पकड़ के रखता है. It brings out what one is actually, because the body is not, see, it's a dress, but it's also many times it's our identity. It's really, ये हमारी आइडेंटिटी को प्रूव करता है कि हम हैं कौन. So it's a very important thing, स्वभाव. But real स्वभाव of living entity is adhyatma. But here what it has become? It has been polluted by material nature. The word karma refers to transmigration, visarga of the jiva, the creation of the body's bhava through the material elements, bhuta. ठीक है, आगे चलते हैं. अधिभूतं शरो भाव पुरुषश्चाधिदैवतम् अधियज्ञो अहमेवात्र देहे देहभृतांबर. Yes, sir.
O best of the embodied beings, the physical nature which is constantly changing is called Adibhuta, the material manifestation. The universal form of the Lord, which includes all the demigods like those of the sun and moon, is called Adidaiva. And I, the Supreme Lord, represented as the Supersoul in the heart of every embodied being, am called Adhiyajna, the Lord of Sacrifice.
See, Adhyatma is a swabhava of living entity in his original constitutional position. But Adhyatma should not refer to his conditioned swabhava. Conditioned स्वभाव, बिकॉज उसको अध्यात्म नहीं बोलते हैं. लेकिन फिर बताया गया कि इस जैसी लिविंग एंटिटी का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तो नहीं बदल सकता, लेकिन उसका स्वभाव बदल जाता है, क्योंकि कवरिंग के कारण उसका कॉन्शियसनेस बदल जाता है, स्वभाव बदल जाता है लिविंग एंटिटी का. ओके, सो नाउ हियर इट कम्स अदर थिंग्स. So of the best of the best of the embodied beings, the physical nature which is constantly changing is called Adibhuta. Means material manifestation is called Adibhuta. So Adibhuta is the constantly changing the physical world and other things like material body and other material elements. The universal form of the Lord, which includes all the demigods like that of sun, moon, is called Adidaiva. So Adidaiva is Virat Swarup, Virat Roop of the Lord. And then the Supreme Lord represented as the super soul in the heart of every living being is called Adi Yagya, Lord of Sacrifice. Okay, ये समझ में आ रहा है. ठीक है, यहाँ पे बोला गया है कि द जाइगेंटिक फॉर्म ऑफ द लॉर्ड इज फॉर आदि दैवता इज कंटेम्पलेटेड बाय नियोफाइट हु कैनॉट अप्रोच द सुप्रीम लॉर्ड इन द हिज मैनिफेस्टेशन एट सुपर सोल. द नियोफाइट इज एडवाइज टू कंटेम्पलेट ऑन यूनिवर्सल फॉर्म और द विराट फॉर्म whose legs are considered to the lower planets. And so for Adi Daivata, Prabhupada is saying is basically spoken for the neophytes. In Bhagavatam also it's mentioned this Virat meditation is given for whom? Those who are impersonalist. For them to purify their heart that Lord also has some form. At the same time to develop service attitude. Like if somebody understand I am sitting on the Lord's lap, अरे मेरे को भगवान ने बिठाया है तो मैं भगवान को ठीक से केयर करता हूँ. Yes, so the Gyanis, they understand everything actually of this world is a form of the Lord, but that is imagined form actually. This Virat form is imagined form. It's an imagined form, and that imagination helps for neophytes, which Prabhupada mentions, to come closer to the Lord. तो इमेजिनेशन भी एक साधना है? लेकिन प्रॉपर इमेजिनेशन वो भी बताया कैसा इमेजिन करना है. ऊपर का लोक भगवान का सर है, फिर भगवान का चेस्ट क्या है, भगवान का हाथ क्या है. सो लाइक दैट इट इज इमेजिनेशन इज आल्सो मेंशन इन स्क्रिप्चर टू हाउ यू शुड इमेजिन. सम पीपल लाइक टू इमेजिन, so therefore Shastra gives okay, you can imagine in this way. Adibhuta refers to temporary object, Sharo Bhava, so that is correct. अभी समझ में आ गई इसमें तो कुछ ज़्यादा. अंतकाले च मामेव स्मरण मुक्ता कलेवरम यह प्रयाति समद्भावम याति नास्त्यत्र संशयः.
And whoever at the end of his life quits his body remembering me alone at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt.
Yes, this is very important. This is what the other people say, that like Dr. Radhakrishna, you should meditate on Krishna's soul, not on Krishna. But here Krishna says what? अंतकाले च माम एव, मेरे को स्मरण मुक्ता कलेवरम. जब शरीर छोड़ रहा है तो देन ही हैज टू माम एव स्मरण, मम स्मरण, मेरा स्मरण करो. यह प्रयाति स मदभावम, देन यू विल गो टू मदभावम, मेरे भावम में जाओगे. भावम मतलब भाव से शरीर आता है. जैसा हमारा सोच होता है वैसा हमारा कार्य होता है. तो मेरे भाव यानी आपको वैसा शरीर मिल जाएगा. कृष्णा कॉन्शियस भाव वाला शरीर मिल जाएगा. अभी कौन सा भाव है? अभी भोग इंद्र तृप्ति करने का भाव है सबको, सभी लिविंग एंटिटी. पुरुष भाव राइट ना, पुरुष भाव, इसलिए पुरुष का शरीर मिला है. इन दिस वर्ल्ड एवरीबडी इज पुरुष, मैन वुमेन एवरीबडी पुरुष ओनली. So why we have got Purusha body? Because Purusha Bhava is there. But when we remember Krishna, we get Krishna Bhava. So that is Krishna conscious body. So right now, Krishna conscious body means the body which wants to serve Krishna, give pleasure to Krishna. That is called Mad Bhavam. And Purusha Bhavam means the body which is meant for our own pleasure. कितना वर्क करके, कितना आगे चैप्टर में आएगा 13-14 में. दिस बॉडी इज कॉल्ड अ फील्ड एंड वी आर द टिलर. लाइक कोई खेत को जोतता है, कल्टीवेट करता है, तो किसान होता है और एक एग्रीकल्चर फील्ड होता है. सो दिस बॉडी इज लाइक एग्रीकल्चर फील्ड एंड आत्मा इज लाइक अ who is doing the activity in the field, and he is generating some fruits of karma. So through this body we are doing karma and we are generating the fruits of sukha and dukha. तो मद भावम याति ना अस्ति अत्र संशय. ये कोई संशय की बात नहीं है, आपको पक्का मिलेगा जब आप मेरा स्मरण करेंगे. तो देखिए शुरू में भगवान ने बोला मैया आसक्त मना पार्थ, मन में आसक्ति. मैया आसक्त मना पार्थ, मुझ में आसक्ति करो, मन से आसक्ति कर लो. और यहाँ पे भगवान बोल रहे शरीर छोड़ते समय भगवान को स्मरण करना से पक्का हमें किसका शरीर मिलेगा? मद भावम, कृष्णा कॉन्शियस बॉडी मिलेगा. मद भावम. In this verse, the importance of Krishna consciousness is stressed. Anyone who quits his body in Krishna consciousness is at once transferred to the transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord. It means it is very important. Before we die, our Purush Bhav should change to Mad Bhavam. भगवान के भाव, कृष्णा कॉन्शियस हो जाए. जैसे ज्ञानी लोग भी ऐसे बोलते हैं नेति नेति, ये नहीं. हमको भी थोड़ा फैनेटिक होना पड़ता है. हम कृष्ण भक्त हैं, हम कृष्ण. माइंड में बोलेगा हम ऐसे एंजॉय करें, नहीं मुझे नहीं करना है. दिस इज नॉट गुड. आई वॉन्ट टू सर्व कृष्णा. सो दिस इज इम्पॉर्टेंट एक्चुअली. ये न केन प्रकारेण मन कृष्ण निवेशित, किसी भी प्रकार से कृष्ण का स्मरण होना चाहिए. The Supreme Lord is the purest of the pure. Therefore, anyone who is constantly Krishna conscious is also the purest of the pure. The word is smaran. Remembering is important. Okay, we'll just finish this part. Remembrance of Krishna is not possible for impure soul who has not practiced Krishna consciousness in devotional service. लिखा है रिमेम्बरेंस पॉसिबल नहीं है अगर उसने impure soul है who has not practiced bhakti or Krishna consciousness in devotional service. Therefore, one should practice Krishna consciousness from the very beginning of life if one wants to achieve the success at the end of his life. The process of remembering Krishna is essential. Therefore, one should constantly, incessantly chant Hare Krishna mantra. Lord Chaitanya has advised one should be Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishuna. There are so many impediments for a person who is chanting Hare Krishna. Nonetheless, tolerating all these impediments, one should continue to chant Hare Krishna. Like in modern times, the bodies are very, very weak. So then many times people say that I am feeling pain here, मेरे को इधर दर्द हो रहा है, उधर दर्द हो रहा है, भगवान का चिंतन कैसे करें हम? सॉल्यूशन कुछ नहीं है, डॉक्टर से दिखा लो, लेकिन क्या कर सकते हैं? यहाँ पे प्रभुपाद लिखते हैं बहुत इम्पेडिमेंट हो सकते हैं, बॉडी का, लाइफ में चैलेंजेस हो सकते हैं. प्रभुपाद बोले टॉलरेट करो, तरोर अपि सहिष्णुना और हरे कृष्णा जपो. क्यों जपो? क्योंकि ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. इसी से हमें ये शरीर का चुंगल खत्म हो जाएगा. इट इज़ नॉट एन ऑर्डिनरी थिंग, एक्चुअली इट्स अ वेरी एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी थिंग फॉर अ लिविंग एंटिटी हु इज एंट्रैप्ड इन मटीरियल existence for innumerable lives. It's a full open opportunity for him. खुल्लम खुल्ला है, निकल जाए यहाँ से, दरवाज़ा खुला. जैसे मान लो आपने एक एक्सपेरिमेंट देखा है, कुछ चूहे होते हैं, उस चूहों को एक एक्सपेरिमेंट किया गया कि चूहों को एक बक्से में डाला गया, शीशे के बक्से में, और एक जगह से बटर निकलता था और एक जगह से करंट लगता था. तो चूहा बटर खाने के लिए आता था तो वो बटर से बटर निकलता था और करंट. तो बाद में उन्होंने उसका पोलरिटी चेंज कर दिया, तो कभी इधर इससे करंट लगता था, कभी उससे. तो चूहा वो डर गया कि किधर से करंट लगेगा, किधर से बटर आएगा. तो कभी इसको छूता, करंट लगता तो भाग जाता था. उधर वो डर गया कि अब ये भी करंट नहीं मारे, तो कन्फ्यूज हो गया. फिर उन्होंने क्या किया, वो दरवाज़ा खोल दिया, बॉक्स का दरवाज़ा खोल दिया, लेकिन अब ये कन्फ्यूज हो चुका है, प्रॉब्लम में फंसा हुआ है, और इसको क्या खाना है. तो दरवाज़ा खुलने के बाद भी चूहा बाहर नहीं निकल रहा है. क्यों? क्योंकि वो संसार में फंस गया है. अब वो सोच रहा है कि मेरे को तरकीब निकालना है, कहाँ से बटर निकालूं, कि कैसे बटर छूके इसको या उसको, और एक जगह से करंट लगने वाला है उसको. हम सबकी हालत वैसी है. हमारा दरवाज़ा खुला है, लेकिन हम लोग अपनी प्रॉब्लम फंसे हुए. इधर दर्द हो रहा है, उधर दर्द, अरे फैमिली में प्रॉब्लम, अरे ये प्रॉब्लम, अरे वो प्रॉब्लम. अरे अभी तो मरना ही नहीं है हमको, अभी तो बहुत टाइम है, बाद में याद कर लेंगे. the excuses are unlimited, and modern days excuses are so funny also. Many times people are so funny. so this knowledge has to be so much. I personally have heard people complaining, ये प्रॉब्लम वो प्रॉब्लम. बोले अरे तुम नाम जपो बाबा, नाम जपो, अब क्या कर सकते, नहीं हो रहा है तो ये फेथ नहीं आता लोगों को. इसलिए ज़रूरी है ये सब समझना, सीखना कि सॉल्यूशन है. हरे कृष्णा जपो. यस माता जी, क्या क्वेश्चन है?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It is said that Krishna is the only Purush, no? And we are looking like all living entities are in the Purush Bhava. So how that Purush Bhava comes in the living entity actually, because Prakriti, we are all Prakriti, no? Living entities,
Correct,
the
correct.
part and parcel of Krishna. So the only Purush is Krishna. So how Purush Bhava is within us, means all living entities.
Correct. So the living entities are part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna has Purush Bhava. He is a Purusha. So because we are part and parcel, so we also have that Purusha tendency. This is natural Prabhupada says. Okay. Now this Purusha tendency has to be engaged in a certain way, that we have to satisfy Krishna and then enjoy. That is the way. Like see, even Prakriti, if Prakriti does not have a tendency for enjoyment, then how can Prakriti and Purusha they meet together and enjoy? Because उसमें tendency नहीं है enjoyment को feel करने का या उसको चाहने का, तो फिर वो भी तो नहीं, that person will also not feel any enjoyment. It's like a dead object. So Anandamayo Bhyasat, the thing that any spiritual entity is existing. Why? What is the purpose? To enjoy. Anandamayo Bhyasa. Now there is a way of enjoyment to serve the enjoying personality. And when the Prakriti serves the Purusha, they both enjoy on the similar platform. There is no difference. Similar platform. Like Krishna becomes Sakha of Arjuna. Arjuna is Prakriti. But both are like discussing on the similar level. Arey, you are my friend. What is this? तुम्हें क्या पता है? ऐसा वो बात कर सकते. Same platform they are discussing. So when they understand their eternal nature, that I am a master and he is a servant, and when they are discussing, when they are exchanging their emotions, their pastimes are happening, then they are on the same level. उस समय कोई अंतर नहीं लगता है. But when the living entity out of illusion, he wants to become Krishna, or he replaces Krishna and he takes the material object and he wants to exploit that object and wants to feel enjoyment. So that is not the right way. He has to give up the material object and put Krishna and try to serve Krishna, and with that service he will enjoy actually. So this Purusha Bhava basically is Adhyatma. So it's not a Purusha Bhava, so it's a Sevak Bhava. In spiritual it's a Sevak Bhava. But it's there. The tendency is there. Prabhupada, he writes in introduction, हमने पढ़ा था गीता में, कि sometime servant wants to become master. Natural हो सकता है. Material में भी देखा जाता है इसका. Servant master की तरह बनना चाहता है. Prabhupada says. So therefore, somebody asks, how can living entity wants to imitate Krishna? अगर वो शुरू से ही वैसा है. There can be natural tendency. The natural tendency can come out in this way, that he may wants to imitate Krishna. But imitation of Krishna is not the right way to enjoy. By serving Krishna one is to enjoy. तो ये है इसमें अंतर. But वो है. नहीं तो प्रभुपाद बोले we are dead. Prabhupada, like somebody asked question, Prabhupada, when Krishna knew that living entity, when he will be given freedom, he will misutilize the freedom in material world and he will become more entangled, he will suffer more. Then why Krishna? ये हमें फ्री विल दिया ही क्यों भगवान ने? जब उनको पता है कि फ्री विल को मैं गलत उपयोग करूंगा, छोटा बच्चा है, समझ में नहीं आया, गलत उपयोग करूँ, तो क्यों दिया? तो प्रभुपाद बोले, अरे यू आर नॉट अ रोबोट. Do you want to become a robot? Like Krishna says that because you will do mistakes, so therefore उसको फ्री विल ही निकाल दो. ये बहुत बड़ा डिस्कशन है. ये भी कई लोग ऐसे कंट्रोल करते हैं, लीडर्स. दे थिंक दैट ऑल विल डू सम मिस्टेक्स, सो देयरफॉर रिमूव द फ्री विल ओनली. फैसिलिटी सब निकाल दो उसका, क्योंकि सब तो गड़बड़ी करने वाले हैं. दिस नॉट, कृष्णा इज नॉट डूइंग इन दैट वे. कृष्णा, if you see the Krishna gives the knowledge, training, everything, and then he allows the living entity to do whatever he wants to do. Therefore everyone is born from childhood, because first you learn to live. When you grow, then you start living, and when you grow old, then you start preparing for living. So first you have to learn to live. That's why we are born as a child. हम तुरंत बड़े नहीं होते, क्योंकि पता ही नहीं है कैसे जीना है. तो कहाँ से बड़े होकर फायदा है? बड़े होने का मतलब ही नहीं है. पहले तुम जीना सीखो, कैसे जीना है. दैट इज द थिंग. ओके, हाउ आर यू टू बी नोन एट द टाइम ऑफ द डेथ? स्मरण. यम यम वापि स्मरण भावं त्यजते अन्ते कलेवरं तम तम एवैति कौन्तेय सदा तद् भाव भाविता. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain. Point. First he says, if you remember me, Madbhavam, you will get Madbhavam. But again he says, if you remember something else, Arjuna, then you will get that form without doubt. The process of changing one's nature at critical moment of death is here explained. A person who at the end of the life quits his body thinking of Krishna attains the transcendental nature of Supreme Lord. But it is not true that a person who thinks of something other than Krishna attains the same transcendental state. This is the point we should note very carefully. How one should one die in a proper state of mind. So death is business of स्मरण, बस. Death is a business of स्मरण only or meditation. कोई बोलेगा डेथ में क्या करना है? डेथ में याद करना है. क्या? ABCD नहीं, या कितना बड़ा पोस्ट में क्या था, IITN था, या मैंने कितना जॉब किया, कितना पैसा कमाया, कितने अच्छे अच्छे बच्चे किए, कितने अच्छे अच्छे पत्नी थी मेरे पास, या कितने अच्छे पति थे हमारे पास, या क्या क्या नहीं हमने घर बनाए बड़े बड़े अच्छे. नहीं, वो स्मरण नहीं करना है. डेथ इज अ बिजनेस ऑफ meditation on Krishna. It's mentioned here. I asked I went to one school. I asked, we want to distribute Bhagavad Gita. So there was a Brahmin. So she said, our teacher, I am a Brahmin born, and our children know about Bhagavad Gita. So there is no need of distributing Bhagavad Gita here. So then I asked a question: if one of your child dies here, about he gets accident, he meets some accident, then what will you do? And he's about to die. You cannot take him or her to hospital. What will you do? According to the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, tell me, what will you do? We will do some first aid करेंगे. हाँ, और क्या करोगे बताओ? डॉक्टर के पास लेके जाएंगे. हाँ, और क्या करोगे बताओ? बस. मैंने बोला यही भगवद गीता तुम्हारा नॉलेज है. This is practical. What is the business of death? Just now we read. We have to remember Krishna. So we have to tell the child, बेटा कृष्ण का नाम ले, या उसके सामने नाम लो कृष्ण का. ये मूर्खों को समझ में नहीं आता है. ये मटलिस्टिक पूरे जीवन मूर्ख ही रहते हैं. अरे इतना बड़ा यहाँ पे क्या बोलते हैं उसको, अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया भगवान ने गीता में ये रहस्य को खोल के कि तुम जो भी याद करोगे मेरे पास आ जाओगे. अगर वो नरक में जाने वाला होगा बच्चा, तो अगर वो कृष्ण का नाम लेके निकला तो नरक नहीं जाएगा, बच गया, वो अजामिल की तरह बच जाएगा. वो एक वर्ड बोलने से बस उसका लाइफ का डेस्टिनेशन बदल जाएगा. एंड नोबडी इज नोइंग अबाउट दिस ट्रूथ. Just see, Prabhupada says surely that nobody can remember Krishna when he is impure soul, but if somebody is a teacher, is a devotee, then if he desires that his soul should remember, or he should at least chant in front of him so that he may remember. तो देखो ये साइंस है एक्चुअली. हम जी क्यों रहे हैं हरे कृष्ण जप करके? क्योंकि कहीं मर गए तो भगवान का स्मरण हो जाए बस. क्योंकि इतना मेहनत करके फायदा क्या है? अगर हमें ऊंचा पदवी नहीं मिले भगवान के धाम में तो क्या फायदा है? तो भरत महाराज का एग्जाम्पल दिया यहाँ पे कि हाउ ही रिमेंबर्ड डियर एंड ही बिकेम डियर. देन इन नेक्स्ट लाइफ he contemplated on his mistakes, he lamented on his mistakes, and then he went to Kulha ashram once again in the form of deers, and there he performed austerity of not eating and simply hearing from the saintly people, even in the form of a deer, because he understood that unless I remember the Lord, I will not go to the human form. Actually, because for deer body directly to be transformed into Vaikuntha is not the regular path, so he has to first take the human body and then he has to go. So he then at the time of death he remembered. So Bharat Maharaj showed from his life that this is a science, it works. कुछ भी हो लास्ट मोमेंट पे भगवान को याद करना है. जैसे कोई आदमी को मान लो 2 नंबर लगती है, कितना भी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉक चल रहा है, तो क्या बोलेगा? भाई साहब थोड़ा साइड, एक्सक्यूज मी, आई हैव कॉल ऑफ नेचर. ही हैज टू गो फॉर इट. कितना भी बड़ा टॉक हो, क्यों जाना ही पड़ेगा उसको. उसी तरीके से जब कितना ही बड़ा संसार में दुख हो या कुछ भी हो, अल्टीमेटली वो ऐसा समय है, अरे अभी भगवान आने वाले हैं मेरे को लेके जाने के लिए, अब मेरे को रेडी रहना पड़ेगा. ऐसा, this is very important. So this is not exaggeration, this is a truth which Krishna is saying. Mad bhavam. Therefore the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra is the best process for successfully changing one's state of being at the end of one's life. Therefore all devotees, they show by their example by chanting Hare Krishna. Okay. Yes, we'll end here. So any question anyone has, we'll answer. Okay, tomorrow the timing will be 10:30 to 12:30. Okay, na? Because Gundicha Marjanam is there, so we are keeping regular time half an hour early.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad
Prabhuji,
Gita.
one thing I wanted to clarify, devotees, that
Ah.
few devotees are joining constantly late after 11:30. So their attendance won't be recorded because I am capturing only at 11:10 and 11 before after 11:30, like 3 to 4 minutes. So if you are joining post that, your attendance will not be there.
So yes, devotees, those who are by mistakes or whatever, if you are joining late, you should, because that's why we have discussing in beginning of this unit 2. Those who will come late, they will not get attendance, and then at last if you say प्रभु जी आप इतना हार्श मत हो जाइए, ऐसे मत हो जाइए, वो कोई मतलब नहीं है, अभी से आप सुधर जाओ. So therefore आपका अटेंडेंस कम है, आप नहीं लेट आए तो रीजन बताओ, टेल द प्रॉपर रीजन एंड देन यू जस्टिफाई द थिंग्स. अदरवाइज एट लास्ट मोमेंट हु नोज क्या होने वाला है. सो डोंट एक्सपेक्ट causeless mercy now. The mercy is available from beginning. So mercy is available from beginning. If you take, then you will be benefited. Okay, whenever some time changing happens, so sometimes we can take care. उस समय we can give some. Okay, कोई लेट आया तो थोड़ा सा हम एडजस्ट कर सकते हैं because time is changed. Okay, Hare Krishna. Good and dear. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.